Hey, have I ever told you about the time that I was called two-faced by an 8-year-old? Don't worry, she went on to clarify that she meant two-faced in a good way. Come learn why. Okay, friends. If I'm being honest, I feel a little bit scared and nervous and timid to do this, but why not? Let's start a YouTube channel. Hey friends, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm MegAnne, your YouTube parent coach on demand. And today we'll be talking about how to find your perfect balance, the balance of being kind and firm. So when did I get called two-faced? About 7 years ago, I was with my friend Anne's daughters. And while we were eating dinner, we went around the table to share things that we liked about each other and compliment each other. And when it got to me, my friend Anne's oldest daughter Claire shared, "Miss MegAnne, I love you, but you're kind of two-faced." And just as she said it, the entire table went silent. And she went on to clarify, but two-faced in a good way. And I said, "Okay, Claire, go on." And she went on to explain that when I come over to their house, I am so fun, that I make them feel warm and connected, and I talk to them and they feel excited to do all the things and play all the games. But at the same time, as soon as I say it's bedtime or it's dinner time or it's time to do the homework, I really mean it. And I hold that firm boundary. So she was like, "You're like really fun, but you're like really strict." And so that's what I mean by two-faced. And when she finished sharing the story, the entire table erupted in laughter because I was like, all right, if that's how you see being two-faced, I will take it. Now at the time, what Claire didn't realize is that what she was saying was calling out my leadership style or parenting style. And what that is authoritative. It's this balance of being kind and firm. And to learn more about all four of those styles, make sure to check out my video, I'll post it right here, called The 4 Main Parenting Styles. This video just gives an eagle eye view of each parenting style and shares why it's important to know those. You find your parenting style by identifying on the continuum of being nurturing and demanding. To nurturing is permissive, to demanding is authoritarian, and finding that healthy balance of both is called authoritative. So let's do a deep dive into why that style is noted as the most effective. Something that I thought was funny in our conversation is that Claire actually outed herself. She said, "Miss MegAnne, I try to get out of anything. And what's crazy is that you don't let me." Children are like scientists. They spend their entire first years collecting data and learning what works and what doesn't work. In cognitive developmental lingo, that's called the sensorimotor stage. And during that whole stage, they're perceiving everything and learning. They watch our facial expressions, they watch how we interact with each other, they're watching how they interact with their environment, all through their senses: tasting, hearing, smelling, touching, seeing, and feeling. So when you make a request, they're gonna start testing limits, especially around the age 2 and 3, to see what can they get away with. And that's their job. We want them to do that. But back to what an authoritative style is. This is where we develop, as the parent or the leader, the role of clear and consistent boundaries marked with holding dignity and respect. It's being both kind and firm. So what Claire was trying to say at the dinner table was that she picked up that I was so fun and really kind, and she enjoyed this connection that we had together, but that was also very firm. She's like, "I try all of my stalling techniques. I try to negotiate with you, I try to stall," and she's like, "I don't know, I haven't figured out how to get through them." The more that we explore each of these styles, the more that we'll start to see that they all encompass our entire life. It's how we show up in our world in any leadership capacity, be it in our marriage, in our work, or in our home. And it's our job to hold firm to those limits so that they know to trust our words the first time. One of the biggest struggles that I hear from parents is that my children aren't listening to me. Why? Is because when we make requests, we fix and rescue so they don't have to listen to it. So they literally start to like tune us out because they're like, whatever, she doesn't mean it, until she yells and then she means it. And we actually train our children to do that. So something that I'll go into in another video is actually this concept that respect is earned through fear, and that if we allow our children, if we show our children respect, that will actually erode our relationship. And that is false. And to that, I ask, what happens when your back is turned? Because what I've noticed and what I've seen is that when respect is rooted in fear, as soon as your back is turned, they're going to not listen to the limit. But when respect is rooted in kindness and love, that when our back is turned, our children will adhere to that limit set because it's truly respect. So finding this authoritative style and finding how to build consistent routines, consistent limits, and clearly explain those so that we can then hold our children accountable to their choices. That is how we build this system of respect rooted in love. It's easy to kind of skirt around it when they're 2, 3, and 4, but when we elongate the vision to 16, 18, 21, we really want these values to become ingrained and internalized because we're not gonna always be around. And so that's why this whole process of learning how to do all of this and build this stronger relationship is why I show up every single day in my business. So in closing, I want to ask you, are you being a little bit two-faced? And if you're wanting more information on how to be more two-faced, check out all of the links in the description box below. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and I hold a monthly free parenting party every first and third Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll drop the link to RSVP to that party here. I'll probably post it here too. It's just a way to come in and start learning about this so that we can start to root our respect in love. All right, friends, thanks for listening. Bye for now. So children are like